Wally the Wandering Whale's Undersea Library. In the deep and sparkling stretch of the Pacific Ocean, there was a wondrous place unlike any other, an undersea library created by a gentle giant named Wally the Wandering Whale. Wally wasn't like other whales who were content to just spout and splash. He had an insatiable curiosity for stories, and his greatest treasure was not shimmering pearls or sunken gold, it was book stories of adventure, friendship, and magic. Wally's library was a spectacle to behold, nestled between the coral reefs and the warm ocean currents. Over the years, Wally had gently gathered books that had fallen off ships or were thrown overboard, encasing them in protective bubbles so they could be read by all the creatures of the sea. The library was lined with shelves carved from sunken shipwrecks, teeming with books that fluttered their pages in the gentle ebb and flow of the water. Illuminated by the soft light of bioluminescent jellyfish, the library was a beacon of knowledge and wonder. Wally the whale loved to share tales with his aquatic friends. Each day, he'd trumpet the call for story time, and fish of every shape and size, manta rays with wings wide as the sunrise, and even bashful squids would gather around. Wally would select a book with his gentle flippers, and his deep, soothing voice would bring stories to life, from the epic tales of mermaid kingdoms to the giggly, silly stories of the sea clown circus. One day, as the sun's rays filtered through the blue, casting dappled light on the library, a small pufferfish named Pippa shyly poked her head into the library. Pippa had heard of Wally's famous story sessions but had always been too nervous to join. Wally, seeing the new visitor, welcomed her with a warm, bubbly stream of words. "Welcome to the Undersea Library, Pippa. Have you come for a story?" Pippa nodded, her eyes wide with amazement. She had never seen so many books in her life. Wally picked out a special book just for her with pictures of colorful coral gardens and tales of brave pufferfish. As Wally read, Pippa puffed up with pride and joy, realizing that even small fish could have big adventures. Word of Pippa's visit spread across the ocean, and soon more young sea creatures ventured into Wally's library, hungry for tales and knowledge. Wally began to teach them not just stories, but also the wonders of reading. He held classes on fish alphabets and squid ink writing, turning every listener into a reader, and every reader into a dreamer. One particularly blustery day, a storm churned the waters above into crashing waves. The sea creatures worried about the safety of their beloved books, but Wally calmed their fears. With a powerful flick of his tail, he strengthened the bubble shields around the books, keeping the library safe from the swirling currents. The storm raged on, but inside the library, the sea creatures huddled close, listening to Wally's calming tales, their fears melting away with each sentence and the soothing rhythm of Wally's voice echoing like the heartbeat of the ocean itself. Once the storm passed, the sun returned, casting rainbows on the surface above. The library had withstood the tempest, and Wally's stories had woven an invisible web of courage and comfort around every heart there. Just a place, it was a community, a lighthouse of tales in the sometimes dark ocean, with Wally the whale, a gentle, book-loving giant at its center. And so, as the moonlight paints the ocean's surface with silver strokes tonight, you may just hear the distant, muffled echo of Wally the Wandering Whale, reading tales of courage and wonder to an audience of fins, shells, and scales in the most magical library beneath the waves. The end. Now, carry this tale into your dreams, little one, and let the adventures unfold even as you sleep.